Wagwan Delilah, what's it like in Toronto City? I'm 2,000 kilometers away, but girl, I don't remember the words that go to this part.
Hey there, Delilah. What's it like in New
No, no,
York
no, no, no,
City?
no.
I'm a
No,
thousand
no, no, no,
miles
no.
away. I'm trying to think of the actual lyrics.
But this is a
I'm a
this is a
thousand
different
miles
song.
away. Wagwan Delilah. What's it like in Toronto? I don't know what else you sang.
Drake just released a remix to it.
Welcome back to
Welcome back. Or
that
should we say
reminds me.
Wagwan? What's up?
No,
No?
guys, we are announcing something huge this episode right in the beginning. Make us a jingle for absolutely free, and
I didn't even know the announcement. I was like, we're announcing something?
Yes. How are you, Jonathan?
I'm doing pretty good. I had work today. It felt kind of fast, and then it felt kind of long. Yo, side note about that. Oh, that reminds me. I thought Sabrina Carpenter was the same age as Olivia Rodrigo. I did not realize she was a grown woman beefing with a teenager. And also,
she's beefing with a teenager?
When they were beefing.
Oh, yeah,
and
they were beefing,
also, I didn't realize that she has 6 albums out. I thought this was her second album that she just announced.
No.
She's
she had a Disney deal.
Yeah, she's a 25-year-old woman with 6 albums. I don't know why in my head Sabrina Carpenter having more albums than Billie Eilish doesn't sit right with me, but also I found out that she's older than Billie Eilish. Also, I found out that Sabrina Carpenter was the only show that I know, because Nat was like, do you know what Girl Meets World is? And I don't. So then I looked up her shows. Did you know that she was in Tall Girl?
Oh, why?
I don't know. Anyways, how are you doing?
I know that she was in this, one movie.
She was in Girl Meets World, Tall Girl, Sophia the First.
She plays the brown.
Oh my god, is that Ninja's friend? It is.
Yeah.
She's in a movie is that the YouTuber? Oh my god, it is.
Oh, Liza Koshy? Yeah.
What the heck? What is this cast? That's crazy.
The Hate You Give. I had the book for it, and I wanted to watch the movie, but then I ended up not reading the book or watching the movie. But I heard it's good, and she plays a really annoying, stupid character.
Oh my god, is that the guy from Riverdale?
What?
It is. In the movie you just said, The Hate You Give, KJ Apa.
Oh, I always forget he's not an actual redhead.
His name's Chris. He's not a redhead?
No, he's a natural, brown head.
In, every photo, I'm seeing that's crazy.
Because he's known as Archie.
Whoa. Now I see him without red hair and with a buzz cut. That's a different guy.
That's not him at all.
That is him, but that looks like a different guy.
It does look like a different guy. You guys can't see it, but it's a different guy.
Maybe someday you can if we do YouTube.
I'm doing okay. I had work today.
She's working late because she's an intern.
Yes, I'm an intern. I've done 100 and something hours. 100 and I don't know, but
And how much have you been paid?
Nothing. Today I was my supervisor never showed up.
Oh.
And apparently they called me 4 times and I didn't get it once, but then they called me on WhatsApp and I got it.
Is it like that old school joke? If they don't show up in 15 minutes,
no.
You're legally allowed to leave?
I would want to stay. I want to get my hours done. I already spent the time to commute down. I have to get 240 hours.
Oh. Right as you get 240, do you just stop showing up?
No, I get paid after that.
Oh, so you're trying to speed run 240.
Yeah, but
you're like, you guys got any overtime or anything?
But what I was gonna say, I'm blanking.
Supervisor wasn't there.
Oh yeah, he wasn't there, and then the assistant also wasn't there, which they never told me that they weren't gonna be there. So I was just dilly-dallying. I submitted an assignment. I did other things.
And then
this other work. Yeah, school. I'm in school right now. This internship is for school.
But you still have classes and stuff?
Yes, for this internship.
Oh, interesting.
But I was dilly-dallying, and then I got asked to edit something, which was the first time they asked me to edit
Oh,
something, and I was so excited.
did someone want like a COD montage done or something?
Exactly,
That'd be pretty cool.
exactly. I had to trim it so it was 1 minute so I could post it.
Ooh. I do that all the time. I look up trim video online, and then I use online-video-cutter.com.
Yeah.
That's how the
And
big editors do it, right?
I showed it to her. She was like, "This is great, thank you." And I was like, "Of course." And then I go and I'm leaving because it's been a while after that. And then they don't post it, and they posted
Oh.
another one.
Awkward.
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic.
Nevertheless,
Whoa.
you mentioned how you got called a bunch of times, right? And none of them
I
went
did get
through.
called. I
But
don't know why.
maybe your boss manager person could have just texted you, right? But
Yes, he could have, but he
there's
then had
no
to write an entire thing of what I had to do.
but there's no emoji that says, "Oh, I'm not going to be there," right? That doesn't exist. However, iOS 18 will reportedly introduce AI generated emojis, allowing users to create custom emojis based on what they are texting. So maybe they could have texted the instructions in an AI generated emoji. Now, what are your thoughts on this? Because I think that that's not going to end well, because something bad will come out of it inevitably.
Oh, something definitely bad will come out of it.
So I don't know how I
are
feel.
we defining as an emoji though, too? Because there's many different types of emojis. There's many different what makes the AI
A small digital image or icon used to express an idea, emotion, etc.
So it's not gonna be circle with a guy's face on it.
It could be.
But it could just also be a generated image. It could just be AI image. Show me cat in coffee on the beach.
I feel like
on a polar bear that's in a snow globe.
I feel like it'll.
That could just be
I feel like it'll
image.
do that in the emoji style, though. You know what I mean? Because there's when you think of
that's what I'm asking. What's the emoji style?
It's just emoji. Everyone knows what emojis look like. There's no way to describe.
Is it the Emoji Movie?
That's like the other day I was playing X Defiant, right? And I was playing with my brothers and Angel and Nat and stuff. And Nat asked what domination was, and it's a mode where you gotta capture 3 flags, right? And you fight over the flags. And that's how I began to describe it. But Angel has been playing Call of Duty for so long that he doesn't know how else to describe domination. So his explanation for what is domination is it's domination. That's just he didn't describe what the mode was. He's like that's just it is what it is.
It's just,
so emojis are just they're just like emojis, you know? Everyone knows what emojis look like. Come on.
But there's one style of emoji that's drawing, and they're very expressive, and they're
what?
I don't know. It's by this one artist. It's very popular.
No, I'm just talking about iPhone emojis. I'm not talking about artists or anything.
But they made emojis that are sketchwork emojis.
But I feel like that's art of an emoji. That's not an emoji in itself.
But what made it an emoji? That really mad emote that we have, and then we have a bunch of other ones. Are those ones emojis?
I would not say that's an emoji now.
Or is the Skype emotes the emojis?
To me, I only view emojis as the ones that are on an iPhone by Apple Incorporated.
Who actually made an emoji? I'm surprised Apple hasn't copyrighted the word emoji. I make it iMojis.
In the late 1990s, a Japanese artist named Shigetaka Kurita, I probably butchered that, created the first emoji. He was working for a mobile communications company called NTT Docomo. They were developing a new internet platform. See,
interesting.
You guys won't be able to see this style, but I just said, when you look at the different like versions of emojis on different websites and search browsers and different phone types, it's all still giving emoji.
And what is similar with all of them that give the emoji?
It's just giving emoji. Like you can't explain a giving. It's just got emoji vibe.
It's just giving. I don't know what the person said when we were going on a ride and they were like, it's giving.
It's giving Edgar Allan Poe.
How do you remember that?
Why? Because it's the reason I started saying it's giving, and I thought it was.
I also
thought it was one of the funniest things in the world.
What the fuck? Who is that?
He makes like poems.
Oh,
and so we were going
that's
around,
what emojis are giving.
It was like Halloween time, so it was like kind of spooky and stuff. And someone was like,
what?
"It's giving Edgar Allan Poe."
I thought it was the first time.
No, it was the second time.
Interesting.
Yeah, because we were going through a scare zone.
I want you to imagine an emoji in your head
right now. Yep.
Close your eyes.
Close your eyes. Wait, pause. Are you able to do that? Because
that's the topic. I said the TikTok.
I didn't watch it because I didn't want to be spoiled.
I know.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm imagining the emoji right now.
Thank you. Now, what do you see?
I'm seeing
a
circular yellow guy.
You see yellow.
Yeah, I mean, like
you while you close your eyes.
It's like hard.
You visually see yellow.
It's weird because like I don't see yellow, obviously, but like I see yellow.
Like, do you see the word yellow or do you see yellow?
Neither, but I see yellow.
Cause
it's hard to imagine. It's hard to describe an imagination. But it's like in my brain, I can tell that the emoji is yellow, but I'm not getting the same vibe as if I open my eyes and I look at something yellow. Like I can't see it that vividly. But
now this would have been a great time for us to have a video segment because I have an image here, which goes from 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The first one is a very realistic apple. It is 3D. You can see shading. The second one is like a 2D apple that's red. The third one is an apple, but it's black and white. The fourth one
is the difference
is an outline.
4 and 5.
The fourth one is an outline of the apple, and 5 is nothing. What do you mean?
I do not see an outline.
What?
I guess I maybe see the tip of the stem at the top.
There's an outline of number 4.
In the small picture, I can see it. When I open it up in my browser, if you zoom in, the outline disappears.
Oh, interesting.
I zoomed in to see it closer, and you just cannot tell. There's no.
This is the Asian test.
Aphantasia, I believe it is. Aphantasia.
Yes.
I would say
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What do you see? He's thinking. He's visualizing the apple. Everyone look for a red apple, okay? Let us know in the Discord. Do you see 3D apple?
I don't know. It's like hard to
2D apple.
It's hard to
black and white apple.
I don't
outline apple.
I don't literally see anything, but it's like I kind of like I want to say 2 when I'm imagining, but it's like I can't actually see it as if I was looking at a real apple with my own eyes. So does that mean I'm actually 5 and I can't see anything?
I'm confused too because
I'm confused.
I got basically. If you're confused, I got a TikTok today from Offline TV Podcast. I'm stealing their bit. I'm stealing their shit. They can sue. No, please don't. And I was like, I thought this entire time that I was able to imagine things in my head because like I'll be like I daydream a lot. I imagine scenarios a lot. I just kind of sit there and I'm just like thinking. But like I don't visually see it. I don't think. I'm too tired.
I think we still imagine it because the people who have aphantasia and say they can't imagine it say like not at all they can't even begin to picture or imagine it, but it's like I'm pretty sure I'm picturing and imagining it. So
like I am imagining it, but like I don't visually see it. Like if I'm like it's a rainy day, I don't see rain fall from the sky. It's a characteristic some people have related to how their mind and imagination work. Having it means you don't visually imagination, keeping you from picturing things in your mind. People often don't realize they have it. It's not a disability or mental. I don't understand. What, do
No,
I
I think I
have
don't
it,
have it.
John?
I think I can imagine. I've thought about this a lot because I also
It annoys me because you can't see what other people see.
So I didn't watch TikTok, but also I learned about this from offline TV because I was watching, I believe it was a City On video, and she might have been. It was one.
Yes, I know Cineon does have it.
It was one where she does this sort of like series thing where you have to like guess the restaurant, and you're just like in a car blindfolded, and then people drive you to a restaurant, and it'll be like, yeah, this is the one. It was what chicken nuggets, right? So they just like drove to chicken nugget places, and her and Valkyrie were sat in the back, blindfolded, as they did this. And so then when the people would go into the restaurant to get the chicken nuggets, they would just talk, and it was kind of podcasty. And Valkyrie also has aphantasia and can't imagine. And both of them were saying like their brain and mind are completely blank. And then also a side thing from this that City On doesn't have, I believe, is internal dialogue. So it's like,
oh, I internal dialogue all the time.
Yeah, so you can sort of like hear a voice in your head talking, right? Or like hear yourself when you're like thinking about something. She can't, and she also has aphantasia, so she can't imagine anything at all. So her brain is just fully empty.
Her brain is actually empty.
And like she explained that, say, I'm pretty sure she was talking about like when she wakes up in the morning, and normally you would think like, oh, what you're gonna do, right? Just in your head. But since she doesn't have the internal dialogue or anything, she would have to just say out loud like, okay, I'm gonna like get up, go eat breakfast, take a shower. Like that's how she would have to imagine her day and what she's gonna do, which is pretty wild.
That's crazy. I cannot. I podcast in my head all the time.
Nah.
But no, like, okay, I just saw a photo, like this thing, and it says, everyone close your eyes and picture a beautiful rainbow. And it's one guy, and he has a beautiful rainbow, and the other one's black. And that's what I just see darkness. I'm in the void.
Well, it's like your eyes see darkness, but your brain doesn't, because you're imagining it.
I'm zoning in. Rainbow.
Oh.
Rainbow.
Oh.
I see a rainbow with clouds. I don't see shit. It's dark.
See, something like this is hard because you can't be diagnosed with it because no one can see what you're imagining.
Exactly, and so I can't compare it to other people.
So you will never know.
I think that, like, when in doubt, I know I don't see color. I think if anything, I'm a 3, which is just like the image is dark, black and white. I think that's like
so
my.
then
like,
is Billie Eilish? I think it's 3, is Billie 4, Eilish 5. Like a 0 because she can hear colors? Is she like enhanced?
What is that called? Hearing color. I want to hear colors. All right, John, I'm sending you a word. I don't know how to say it.
Let's see.
Oh, it's when you hear music, but you see shapes. Or, oh wait, no, this is also colors.
Synesthesia, I believe.
You might hear the name Alex and see green. That'd be so much fun.
So if anything, I feel like that's just your brain is automatically in its giving mode. You know what I mean? You hear Alex, you're like, oh, it's giving green.
Do you see green?
I mean, no, but it's like, I would have to think like, oh, what is Mckenzie giving? Like, it's giving, and then like say like a color or something. Billie Eilish would just know what it's giving. It's like having perfect pitch where you just like know
I need to ask.
the note.
I need to like, you know, me and Billy, we're like besties. And I'm just like call her up and be like, yo, what color am I?
Not a race thing, by the way. Just like my name and stuff.
No. I just I know. I feel like in the context it makes sense, Dom.
No, the context that Billie Eilish has is you called her and then you said, "What color am I?"
Okay. I want to know what color I am.
You would need to give a little bit more, maybe.
No.
But that's kind of like a crazy thing to say, which, that reminds me. So the other day, right, I was at the gym, okay? And
he's gymming. I was going to say, I couldn't think of, Sam. I figured it out.
Sam Sulik?
Yes.
He scares me, and
oh my god, he also scares me.
How he looks makes me feel like uneasy.
like he like because I have watched a lot of his content because he's my boyfriend's boyfriend. My boyfriend has a lot of boyfriends.
Interesting.
Anywho, and he seems like a really nice guy. It just also seems like he would break my bone if he grabbed my arm.
Oh no, I don't mean like that. I just mean, so in my head, you as people out there, you be you and you do you, and don't worry about what I think. But what I think is there's a point when people's muscles get too big, and it makes me kind of disgusted looking at that. Like, when I look at Sam Sulek, I feel uneasy, like, in my stomach. I don't know. It's
No,
like,
I can get that. You know what makes me feel uneasy?
What?
And I'm sorry if any of you guys have this, is when they have the earrings that are huge and then their
Yeah, I think we
eardrop
talked
goes
about that one
down.
time. Yeah. The one, I think they're called gauges, where it's like there's like a hole.
Yeah, I feel like Amy is gonna have that. Shout out Amy Duncan.
I've never seen what
Kelsey.
Amy Duncan looks like.
No, Amy, whenever Amy's in the chat, she's like, just got a piercing! Another piercing today! Like, I feel like she's gonna run out of places. What's up?
I looked up Sam Sulek on Google Images, and I found Fortnite Sam Sulek Zone Wars.
What?
Someone made a game called Sam Sulek Zone Wars that you can play on Fortnite Creative.
Germa's community is very creative and so supportive of him. Like, there's like a whole website that has like games for, like, I know Ludwig has, like, you see a thumbnail and it's like, what is it? Germa has that.
I'm pretty sure.
Has a thing where it's like a happy birthday messages, and then he has like, it has long editors, and then he has like, it was like a whole page, and I was like, damn.
I think the difference between that is Ludwig paid his employee to make that.
Yeah, no, that's the thing.
I'm pretty sure he got Otto to do it. Germa's friend. Yeah. All of the viewers are friends.
All of them, yes. But like Germa, like his community did that just because they wanted to. Like, I don't know. I didn't know that.
We're gonna save Germa.
So what the fuck, guys? Where's my
save Germa as a mouse-skatool for later, because I actually have something to talk about that. But what's a mouse-skatool? You don't know what a mouse-skatool is?
I don't know what the mouse. Oh my God,
in Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, when they're like, "Oh, this is a mouse-skatool."
Mickey Mouse.
Anyways, so we were talking about how I went to the gym.
Sorry.
So I was at the gym, right, and I'm working out, doing my thing. And some people work out with just like their headphones on or both earbuds in, but in my mind, I'm like, what if someone like called my name and I don't hear it or something? Or it was like, yo, excuse me.
Like how loud the gym is. I went to the gym not recently, like in December, and there were so many grunting men, and they kept throwing weights, and I made me really scared. And to add on to it, we went through the emergency exit, so a blazing alarm went off.
Why did you? I realized
realization.
I go really early in the morning, so there's like no one there, which is really nice. Though one time there was a guy, and I hate it so much. Oh my God, he wasn't even doing that much weight on the machine, but he was doing one of like the like leg machines, right?
Was he grunting?
He was not only grunting, but he would then slam the weights down every single time. Oh my God,
I think I just get overstimulated. I'm like, my brain like turns off, I'm pretty sure.
Anyways,
I think I look like a lost dog. Anyways.
So I'm like doing my thing, but I have one earbud out, so I can sort of hear what people are saying around me. And there's this guy who could only exist in America. So he's like an older guy, and he's talking to another guy, and they're just like talking about the military and what kind of explosives and drones the military uses for assassinations and such. And I'm not really paying attention to that part. But then, out of nowhere, mid-conversation, he just got done talking about some new military drone tech they have to assassinate terrorists or something. And then he's like, that's who makes all those violent video games. And immediately I'm like, what? So I started listening more, and he's like, yeah. What do you think they do when they win the tournaments? If you like all those kids who are like really good at video games and stuff, you win the tournament, they go, here's your trophy, here's your money. Now, do you want a job? And so this old man is under the impression that the United States government and the military are the ones making shooter video games. and
to make
that
them go into the
esports
army,
tournaments are actually just a way to figure out who's good at being in the military, and that when you win an event, so like G2 just won a CS:GO major. He's under the impression that the United States military is there and goes, "Want a job?" And they hire the esports winners.
Wait, it's not like that? What?
And I just think it's kind of special how that type of guy could only exist in America. And it's kind of wild that that guy even exists, because like there's just no information pointing towards this. He probably got this information on Facebook. I have no clue why he thinks this. But yeah, so
is
I'm
America for you guys.
I'm hoping to pick back up competing in Rainbow Six Siege to get recruited to the United States military. Do you believe? I just want to tell that story. I don't really have much more. Do you believe in his theory?
Oh, for sure, definitely. Yeah. Why else do I play shooters?
Yeah, exactly. You're trying to enlist in the military, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm so happy that you understand
use drones to assassinate terrorists overseas.
That's why we play Rainbow Six Siege, and it's so accurate.
Exactly. Now, I hope I don't have to hear this guy talk about anything like that again while I'm just trying to work out, but I'll update you guys if I hear more crazy stories.
I have a story.
Do you?
What was that Mickey Mouse Clubhouse thingamajiggy is? Okay, I told this story on stream, but shh.
Okay.
Mouse-skatood. Yeah,
Mouse-skatool. It was a mouse-skatool is just a tool that he's going to use for later. And he goes, "Oh, Toodles!" And the Toodles shows up with the mouse-skatools.
I've never heard of that before.
You
know what I also
had a little
haven't
cousin
heard
who
about?
really liked.
The word used for a man who likes to watch his wife get fucked.
A cuck?
Yeah. No. Wait. It was longer than that.
You guys are talking about Sneeko on stream?
Anywho, basically, my supervisor's first language isn't English.
He's a cuck? Why is he dispelling this information to you?
They were translating.
By the way, wait, you're saying longer. Do you mean cuckold? Which is just the longer version of cuck?
I think so.
Okay.
Anywho, they don't speak English. So they were like, every 2 seconds, they'd be like, after translating this trailer, they'd be like, "Is this right?" And I have a learning disability.
What?
So I'm
what a Shaq and Kobe of translating small films. someone who doesn't speak the language they're translating into, and then someone with a learning disability. You guys must get up to some wild scripts.
Yeah, but they were like, "What does this mean?" And the first one they had was a deballed bull, and I was like, I would assume it meant a bull that's neutered. And then he was like, that's not right.
I looked up to bald meaning, and it just says to remove balls.
That's what I also explained to them. I was like, maybe it's a bowl that doesn't have balls? And we were trying to find a word that was like,
that means ballless?
No, it meant like, because it wasn't that he got cheated on. Like, he did get cheated on, but he didn't come to terms that he got cheated on, so you couldn't say that he got cheated on. So it was like, it had, like, everyone kept calling him like a, not like a loser.
Like, are you saying he got cheated on, but he didn't like break up or anything? Like, he was just like,
he got cheated on, but he couldn't come to the terms that he got cheated on. So he couldn't say the line, "Everyone keeps saying I got cheated on," because he hasn't like.
Oh, so he's still in denial.
Yes, he's in denial. So like, we're trying to think of like words to use, and then we had, what was it? Cuck?
Cuck, yeah.
Yes. Like I said, I didn't know what this meant, so I was like, because
really?
that's what Google...
It's such like a popular word on the internet, I feel like.
Well, again, it had the long-term word, and then also it wasn't pronounced, it was spelled out to me. Like, so I was like, I can't.
Speaking
about
people
say letters, I can't
side
do with
note,
that.
in our Discord server with like our friends and stuff. Noah Meerkat changed his
Oh my
name
god.
to. Did you see this earlier?
Yes.
So he changed.
I was like,
so
huh?
he changed his name to No space AH. And in my mind, I'm imagining it's like some sort of like brain rot thing or something where it's like no like goofy whatever. So I'm like no and I just realized today that it's just his name with a space in it. So yeah, I'm sort of the same way. Anyways.
I don't know how you. I don't know. Anyways, so I was like, I don't know this word. Let me Google it. And I'm like, okay, this is the definition of the word. And I wrote it my laptop to him. He's like, no, that's not what we want. And I wrote it back. And I'm like, then I realized, oh, third link is Pornhub. This is weird. And
yeah, that'll probably come up.
Conversation and the whole thing was just felt very weird.
With your supervisor.
With a supervisor, I'm doing this for school. I was just like, what? Also, well,
that sounds like something that like, some like kid is lying to their mom. No, it's a school project. Forget to like.
I promise.
Yeah, I swear, my supervisor said I had to.
But yeah, that was my story. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, I can imagine that. I can imagine that being uncomfortable.
Just a little bit. That was like another time too. I had to like watch all of the short films that we were doing and write a like small like synopsis on it. And there was one where it was about this person who would like go and like make out with people. And then I think they would like kidnap them, but like it was really sexual, and like I was like,
it's like,
I don't know because I stopped watching it. I was like, I am too uncomfortable to watch this. They just sent a dick pic. I don't want to see this. I don't.
It's got the guy from High School Musical in it, I think.
What? Zac Efron?
Yeah. Who's that killer that I'm pretty sure Zac Efron played?
Oh, not
Ted Bundy.
Oh.
Yeah, kind of like that, maybe.
But it just made me really uncomfortable, and I was like, I just didn't write anything. I was like, I can't watch this, and I don't know how they're gonna have this on a gigantic screen for everyone to watch with headphones in.
Oh, that reminds me. You were talking about your supervisor, and so I want to know your take on this because now you've had 2 jobs, and
I have.
They have gone very differently, I would say, so far.
Yes, one was faster, the other one was working in an office.
And I, when I was,
when you were working
recalibrating.
late.
So I was at work, and for my job, I do like order fulfillment. So if you place a mobile order or like an order online, I'm the guy who walks around the store and like gets the things, right? So I was in the back getting some stuff from like the back aisles, and one of the store managers was back there talking to the store director, right? Head honcho. And they were talking about the new closing team lead, right? And I'm just like listening to this conversation while I'm picking. And the team lead was talking to the store director, and the team lead said that the problem with the new closing team lead is that he's too nice, and that people like talking to him and like being around him. And she says that the way a leader should be is when she walks in the room, people scramble or like they don't want to be near her and stuff. And she thinks that's the right way to manage and that people should be afraid of you. What's your take on that? Would you rather be managed by someone who's like chill and nice and you like working for and talking to, or would you rather work for someone that you're scared of?
I'd prefer to work for someone that is nice and chill with me because did I talk about this in my last podcast? I don't know. No, I haven't. It was on Wednesday. No, it was on Tuesday. I broke something.
Oh.
So, I was like, I had to go help set up this like conference, and then like again. Wait, did I mention that my supervisor wasn't here today? Yeah, I think I did. He wasn't there again. He told me be there at like 10. I was there at 10. No one showed up till 12.
So
I was
question,
just sitting outside.
does your supervisor supervise at all, or like what's?
No, they're very. My name isn't Mckenzie. My name is actually Jibby Job. If you want to look me up, I work for the brand Jibby Job Jib Job. So everything that I say is my own opinion. Don't sue me. Anyways,
and completely satire, not true and hypothetical.
Yeah,
And we're talking about
yeah,
Roblox.
It's all hypothetical. I don't actually work. I'm actually working
she actually
at Roblox
works at
IKEA.
Roblox IKEA, yeah.
Yeah. See, he knows already. So yeah, no one showed up, and they're very just like
nonchalant,
not scheduled, like like he'll be like, oh, we have so much things to do, and I finish my assignment, and I'll be like, hey, what's the next thing to do? And he just doesn't tell me what I'm like, what the fuck? And then the schedule is just like all over the place, and like he'll be like,
they're not very
here
structured and like rigid.
And I'm a very schedule oriented person, so I'm going insane a little bit here. But I'm like helping them set up, and I think they told me he like called and he was like, make the wires look pretty, and then go plug in a white cord upstairs. And first of all, this white cord is on the ceiling.
Fun.
How did he expect me to do that when we don't have a ladder?
Because you're tall.
Oh yes, I'm duh. Anyways, make the wires look pretty, and then last hour of work, Bro shows up. And he's like, go, 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 go. We have to do all these things. I stay at 40 minutes extra because I couldn't stop to be like, yo, I have to go. And my mom it was one day my mom picks me up too.
So she's just sitting
waiting
there
outside. And I'm like, okay, I need to go. But one of the things I'd do is that he was getting a monitor stand that hooks up to a pole. So it's like in the air. And he's like,
so it's like a stripper monitor, sort of.
Exactly.
Okay.
You know, you're gonna throw money at it for it to
work. It's for like VR chat.
Yeah. So I get the screw and I'm screwing in the stand, and my friend, she's like holding it, and we're just like screwing it in.
Now wait, is this a friend or a work friend?
It's a work friend.
Okay.
Her name's Natalie. Yeah, that's right. I fucking
replaced
you, Natalie.
Her? That's
there's
crazy.
Also another Natalie at my work. There's two Natalies.
There's a chance that Natalie listens to this while driving the car, and there's a non-zero chance she just crashed her car because you said that.
See, I don't believe Natalie listens to the podcast.
No, that's like earlier I said she loves the podcast, and you like laughed, and I didn't know how to reply because like she actually really likes the podcast.
I just don't believe that she does.
No, she does. she said
I don't.
She
Natalie
said that
being supportive.
She said that to her, it's almost like listening, because obviously we're both her friends. She almost just has a conversation like in her head. The one thing she said, she said earlier that she had to stop watching or stop listening to our last episode when she was driving to dinner or whatever, because we were fighting, I guess, or talking about Taylor Swift and Billy. And
so she got 2 minutes into the pod.
And she said, because I thought it was like, oh, like, did you stop because you're just like too much on one side or whatever? And she said, no, she stopped because it was like mom and dad were fighting, and she was just in the middle of it, just sitting there.
Guys,
so apparently we need to fight less.
Actually, no, Natalie's too busy to be a member of the podcast.
She would not show up often.
She barely shows up whenever we're gonna play a game. So,
love her though.
But basically, yeah. So I was screwing in this thingamajiggy, and then my supervisor comes over and he's like, "You did it wrong," because there was like a washer, and the washer was supposed to go behind the bracket, not like I did the bracket. I messed it up, so I went to go unscrew it, and then the screw broke in the inside, and then that means you can't use it anymore because the screw it's stuck inside and you rip it out. Yeah,
it's fully broken.
And then he's like, okay, just do the other side. I'll get a wrench. So I do the other side, and he's like, don't do it as tight. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it really lightly. And we do it, and I was like, none of these screws are fitting. And then so I'm like, I'm tired because I've been here for like 10, and I was just kind of sitting around. So time has gone really slowly. Actually, no, I was playing games and watching streams. It was actually kind of fun. I was getting hours for doing nothing. So I'm like, I'm not really paying attention. And then I realized that we did it again. No, we didn't actually do it again. We did it correctly, but I remembered he was like, he said, use the other screw. And we used the same screw, but removed the washer, right?
Oh.
So we're both like, let's just ask him. All right. So he comes over and he looks at it and he's like, you did it wrong. Use the other screw. And I was like, God damn it. So I go to unscrew this new one, which I didn't do hardly. I just did it lightly. It breaks on the inside. So the TV is fucked because you can't use a stand for it. And he didn't yell at me. He just went, fuck. But he didn't yell at me. And that's why I'd rather have a nice employee than one that would scare me, because my last boss yelled at me and I cried a lot at work. I think I served a lot of people crying, and I don't know if I probably made them really uncomfortable, but I also then gave them extra larges instead of larges because I was like, what are they going to do? So if you went to get coffee that day, it was your lucky day. What do you prefer, John?
Yeah, I definitely prefer someone who's a lot nicer in that almost like they can't feel too much like a friend. Like I understand it from one angle of if they're too friendly, people might get away with stuff or try to get away with stuff. But I think there's a good balance between making sure everyone's doing their job and not being an asshole that people need to hit more often.
See, my mom is a manager, and her workers, she's nice to her workers, but she's in a department, so she's scary to every other department because she'll yell at the other. She doesn't yell, but like she will protect her workers. But people are very scared of her at work, and that is the mom Jad lore of the day.
Mom Jad is scary, guys. So
yes,
you don't want to.
You were terrified, weren't you?
She was one of the nicest people that I'd ever met in my life. Yeah, I was really scared.
I mean, your parents.
You've talked about a lot how you're scared of them. I'm
scared of John's parents.
Why?
Thank you for listening. Because a little bit of history. John and I have been friends for how many years? 5?
Yeah. 5 years. This July. It'll be what? It'll be 6 years.
2019.
6 years this July.
No, 2019. 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. 5 years.
I guess it's if you count 2019 or not.
I don't count 2019 because it's only 5.5 years. But so yeah, we have been friends for quite a while. And all John's parents have known is that I was a girl. So they kept thinking that I was his girlfriend, and I am not.
They don't think that anymore, so it's okay.
They don't think that anymore. I have a boyfriend. Yeah. But they scare me still. Also, your mom really likes bunnies, and you have a gigantic bunny, and I feel like the bunny will attack me.
No, the most that the bunny's done is chew on my
hump.
Pant leg once.
Hump?
Not that one. That's a different one.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, there's 4 of them right now.
I don't like meeting people. I don't like talking to people. I don't like interacting with people.
You have it so easy though, because my parents are so happy to just meet all of my friends that they love all of you immediately. So there's you can't do anything wrong.
What if I steal a bunny?
Then there might be a fight.
Yeah,
my mom likes her bunnies, but she won't hate you.
Huh? You can get Lego Star Wars The Clone Wars for free with Prime.
Oh, how about that?
I bought it!
Is that the one that we played?
Yeah. Why am I still getting it? What am I doing?
You're just claiming it even though you already own it. Anyways, you remember that Mousecatool we saved earlier?
Mousecatool, yes, we do.
Time for possible serious conversation. I don't know. It depends on how much you delve into it. Because this is just a you topic. This is
me.
Yeah, So Germa recently said that he doesn't see streaming as like his career anymore. They're saying like he'll still stream and stuff, but it's not really like his career is that like he wants to do other stuff as his career, you know? And you're someone who wanted to, and I'm sure still wants to, obviously make streaming their career.
I can get Fallout 3 for free. Okay.
And but recently, obviously, you have an internship, so you have a job. And so you've been streaming you used to stream like fucking 10-hour days. You would stream like every single day, right? You would go crazy. But you stream less now and you like have an actual job and stuff. Would you say you've enjoyed streaming more doing it in these doses rather than doing way too much? Or did you enjoy the streaming grinding? Do you still, obviously in a dream world you would, but do you still realistically see yourself as having streaming as a career, or have you fully just taken it on as a hobby? And also, would you say your mental health is better streaming less, or is it sort of the same? Because adding on to this, I was listening to Wine About It, which is a podcast by
I need to write these questions down. This is long. Okay.
Which is a podcast by Cutie Cinderella and Maya. And Cutie was talking about how she would sometimes, because obviously she's dating a streamer, right? And I can cut this out if I need to.
No, that people know I'm dating a streamer.
I'm just making sure. I don't know. No rules have been outlined. You're dating a streamer. So Cutie said that sometimes she would keep streaming just because he was live, because she would go to end and then realize he's still live, and then like, not that she has nothing to do, but like, you know what I mean? Like, he's still live, so then she would just push herself more. But then that would be bad for her mental health. And so I'm curious if you experienced that as well back when you would do, because you had like streaming almost like hour competitions. Was that bad?
Okay, which question am I answering first?
You can answer in whatever order you want. I can repeat questions as well if you need.
Okay, so I'll go with the most latest one. I wouldn't say it was bad for mental health. It was very encouraging, and I had a lot of fun with it because, like, at the time, little lore, we weren't. Were we dating?
No,
we weren't dating yet, but we were talking.
I know the timeline better than you.
I'm sorry. It's been like a year. Like, I'm like, how? It doesn't feel like it has. But yeah, no. So it was just kind of like, I'm live and he's live, and we're both doing a similar thing, and we're still interacting with each other. It was just fun.
Okay.
And like, I wouldn't say that like I would stay. Normally he would end so he could watch my stream. Because I started later. I would rather him keep streaming so I could rate him. So it wasn't like trying to keep up with him. It was more like I wanted to support and send my viewers over.
Okay.
But he would always fucking end because he would be live for 10 hours, which I'm happy that he would end, because then he would do it 20 hours and I'd be like, are you okay? But no, that whole like arc of like streaming competition, streaming 200 hours, streaming 12 hours a day, I enjoyed it a lot. And one thing that did happen was I grew a lot, which I also enjoyed, because you always, personally, I've been doing content for a while, and I've said in the beginning that when I first started, I got really into statistics, and I did get back into that because someone was like, yo, let's do what's called Twitch Prime competition. And I'm like, I just didn't have Twitch Prime on my mind. It was more just, I'm doing this for fun. And I don't think I would stream 12 or 6 hours if I wasn't enjoying it. And I truly was enjoying it, and the time was going very quickly. But it was also just fun to like grow and like have new viewers, and like, why did I say viewers like that? Viewers. And just like,
so I just kind of hit that
meet
shit.
new content creators and new friends that I wouldn't have if I didn't grow a lot. But one thing that always happens is I took a break because I got burnt out. I did a subathon, and I was like a little bit
like,
dead.
In the moment it's fun, but then you sit back for a second, you're like, wait, I've been doing too much.
Yeah, it's like I wasn't really focusing on my physical health
Uh-huh.
or mental, like my mental health I think was fine, but like I didn't talk to my I barely saw my family.
Uh-huh.
Family? Why am I speaking like this today? I think I just want to break out into musical. I barely saw my
I can feel that. I've
family.
been watching Glee.
We'll get into that.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, I just like barely talked to other people
Mm-hmm.
unless they were in my stream. And then I also would then stay up a few hours after that to text my boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just like I wouldn't see daylight because I'm in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
It's just overall it just was not the best and probably took a few years off of my life. But it was fun and I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
And I did genuinely have a lot of fun with it. And I don't know, I do miss that era.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing that sucks with Twitch, especially when you're a small content creator. I know that like I have a lot of followers and like I average a decent amount of people where
Mm-hmm.
I like
Like more than
everyone's concept is
average.
small, medium, large, it's all different. But I I would say I'm still a small content creator. And if you take a break, I think I took 2 weeks off because I was going on a trip and I was
Oh, that's
exhausted.
another question I have.
You lose all momentum and people forget
Mm-hmm.
about you. Twitch is like you are no longer you're no longer active,
Yeah, they just put you out of the
accurate.
algorithm, really.
Yeah, so you just lose it. And that's one thing I just haven't really gotten yet or understood is how like there's this one streamer that I watch. I don't really watch. There's this one streamer I follow, um, and she does cosplays, and
Uh-huh.
she like took months off, and then she came back, and she's now averaging 300. And maybe it's the OnlyFans, maybe not. Who knows? I need to sneeze.
Bless you.
She just has a lot of very supportive people.
Uh-huh.
I'm not saying I don't have that. I'm just saying
She has
she
more of a
she
core that she can,
has
or like a foundation.
she has grew so much where like 300 is like common. How do I word it correctly?
Yeah, 300 is like a small or like usual expected sort of thing.
Yeah, which I just haven't gotten to that part.
Uh-huh.
And
Cuz you've hit numbers where can I say this? I don't want to
what?
send you into like a numbers frenzy or anything, but you've had numbers where you were very close to like getting partner and stuff like that.
I think I averaged 73 before I took my break because I
Mhm.
was doing a subathon. And when you have a subathon, your views are always um, blasted up.
Uh-huh.
And it did also suck because someone was like, "You could have got partner. Why didn't you?" Like I
Mhm.
was like, "I couldn't. I have never been able to apply for partner." But I don't know. At the end of the day, as much as partner is cool and partner is a cool achievement, that my goal is to have fun and make a
Uh-huh.
cool community. Because I now stream only 2 days a week out
Mhm.
of I went from 5 days to 2 days. Obviously, people I get the casual, "You're still streaming? You're still here?" Like, people
Oh,
kinda was like,
really?
"Oh, I thought you quit." "Oh, yeah. No, I've gotten that a few times." And I'm like, "No, I'm still here." And, like, it does suck because, like I said, I was at that part
Mhm.
once, but I don't see streaming as a career anymore. I never
Yeah,
saw
yeah,
s
I
like
know you were always doing it for fun.
yeah, I never saw like, "Oh, yeah, I could be a full-time streamer because that's just not really possible.
Mhm.
But, I feel like as people grow up, as people change, your content has to change, and, like, to be honest, my content really hasn't. I'm still playing Minecraft
Yeah.
and it's sitting there for no reason. And I do wanna do vlogs, and I have said that before, and I still want to. But, I think that it's just more of a hobby. It's more for fun.
Mhm.
I don't know.
So,
What's the other
so then
questions?
another question that I thought about while you were saying that. Do you feel more comfortable now going on breaks? Because you used to get like really worried every time you would go on a break.
No, I'm still worried,
Okay.
but I'm more worried if I will return.
What do you mean?
'Cause, like, I don't know. That's all.
So you're not worried that people won't watch you anymore? You're worried that you won't want to go back?
Kinda. Because, like, a lot of me being, like, 16, 17, 18,
Uh-huh.
I, like, wouldn't hang out with my friends because I had a stream.
Yeah, you would do things specifically around streaming. You would say you couldn't hang out because you
Yeah.
had to stream.
And, like, my plan for the school year is I want to get a job during it,
Uh-huh.
and I want to go to school. And I don't know how busy I'll be during school. And, like, I do think that I would still like, I still think in my head that I am planning on streaming. I'm still planning on making content no matter what. I don't know if it will be streaming, but I don't think it will be very scheduled oriented as it
Uh-huh.
is. It's more like if I have time, I will stream. Kind of like what I am becoming Germa. I am Germa actually.
So it's gonna
But
become
yeah,
more
no.
so like, oh, you're free one day and like you kind of feel like it. Hey, I'm gonna stream. Not like
Yeah.
every week on these days I'm streaming.
Yeah, kinda. And like I've always said this before. Like I mentioned this before, but
Mm-hmm.
if I lived alone, I would probably be like, I'm gonna cook dinner, let me go live, and I'll chat with people
Uh-huh.
kind of vibe. And like, I don't know. I'm older now. I'm 20, turning 21. I
Mm-hmm.
was streaming when I was 16. It's a long time. It's a long
Mm-hmm.
time.
There's actually
Thank you for listening.
there's an interesting side of this that I've like kind of talked to you about, but like not really. But obviously nowadays you stream a lot less, and you mentioned
I have been enjoying the ability to do something
yeah.
during the day.
So you mentioned that, and while you never like you didn't cause me to feel like this, but back when you would like stream all the time and stuff like that, I always wanted to support you, and for some reason I like built this bad mental habit of like I felt really required to be at every stream and like be at every moment of every stream and stuff like
Do you
that.
not remember the contract?
So then I sort of reached the same thing where you said like you couldn't hang out with friends because you were streaming. I used to hit a thing where like I'd be hanging out with Meerkat or something, or I'd be like playing games, and then I would say like, oh, Mckenzie just went live, and I'd like stop playing and just sit there and watch. And like nowadays I feel that a lot less because I'm trying to actually just like hang out and stuff. So I still feel kind of bad that I'm not constantly chatting in your stream, but I think I've gotten a lot better at being able to actually enjoy myself and like do things. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Not that I wasn't enjoying myself
Having
watching
a
your stream,
life.
but yeah,
No,
I can
you just no.
but like I can have a life outside of it.
Mm-hmm. 8 feet. What was there any? Did I answer them all?
Yeah, I think that's them all.
I don't know. To sum it all up, I am enjoying streaming. I don't know. I don't really have any thoughts right now.
Fair enough.
It's like I don't know. Because right now I get to Saturday and I'm like, I just want to lay in bed, but then I go live and I feel better that I do go live. But at the same time, I'm exhausted. And then sometimes there's weekend chatters.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I tend to compare myself to people a lot, but it's more like I'm taking time. I'm still streaming, but I want to focus on other aspects of my life and also other social medias. Like I want to vlog. And I know I've been saying this for months and I've recorded 3 vlogs. There was a quote that I heard that I forget right now. Hold.
Sounds like a powerful quote that
it's a powerful,
really,
motivating
really
quote,
sat
guys.
in your mind so well that you don't remember it. I can tell it's really changed your life.
Oh shit, it's not there. Wait, I'm lagging.
Guys,
okay, hold.
Mckenzie doesn't realize she's accidentally sharing her screen right now. She's Googling inspirational quotes, and she's just hit link 3, which says 22.
If you wait till you're perfect at your craft, you will miss opportunities cause. The cause is supposed to be there.
I was like, miss opportunities cause what? Yeah, yeah, I
I
feel
don't know.
that.
The best way to learn is by practice, and the best way for me to get used to vlogging is by vlogging. So, guys, are you ready for the New York vlog with John?
Yo, I think, I think the most inspirational quote that's affected me recently is a very funny one because it's like kind of really deep and inspirational, but also not, and it's from a comedian. It's from Theo Vaughn. I saw a TikTok clip of Theo Vaughn. Um, and he says, "If nothing changes, nothing changes." And
Deep.
it's like it's obviously just like kind of a joke and surface level, but it's also like, I mean, he's right. You know, there were so many things in my life that I was like thinking like, oh, I'll do this eventually, or oh, I want to do this, blah 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 blah. Then it's like if you don't cause the change, then nothing changes. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So now I've just been doing
Also,
more.
one more thing with the streaming thing is I don't know for sure, but I might play Minecraft for like an hour and then switch to other games just because Minecraft is a comfort game to get into it. But God, I want to build a city, but God, I don't want to build a city. I have the idea, I have the vision, but that's what sucks is that I have the vision.
Mm-hmm.
And the vision is not visioning. It don't look like the vision on the box. It's pissing me off. You're
you
telling
you
me I can't make a
have
circle?
you have the vision, and then you look back and it's the vision from WandaVision. That's like that's not the vision.
Like I think with Minecraft,
I thought I spit there, and then you just moved on.
it's
I thought that was
because
funny.
it's because I was
It's
like
cool. It's cool. It's cool. Ah, just move on. That's cool.
yeah, okay. But I feel like having an SMP would be fun, but I can't do a friend SMP because they all stop playing after a few weeks.
I think that's just natural, especially if you're not a
No,
creator.
I feel like Hermitcraft.
Again, I said if you're not a creator.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying a
Yeah,
creator
yeah. Oh,
SMP.
creator friend SMP. No, I feel
Yeah.
like you
No, no,
could.
no, no. I was saying our friend group, they die really quickly. So I'm saying I want to join like a creator
Oh
SMP, but I
yeah.
don't like talking to people. So if
Hmm.
I had to do a creator SMP, I would invite my creator friends, but I don't have a lot of those that still stream. And then
Hmm.
to add on to that, then I would have to pay.
Yeah.
I'm a cheaper. No. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I kind of want to play like simulator.
That'd be fun.
Simulator Sundays where I play every single simulator that there is.
There's some wild. I've been watching Zerka from the Sidemen actually has this really cool series on one of his side channels. I don't know, every Sideman has so many channels, but he basically has like thousands and thousands of wishlisted games. Anytime he sees a game that's like mildly interesting to him or has a title that's like interesting or something over the years, he'll just wishlist it, right? And so now he's been doing this thing where he says like, I gotta go through my wishlisted games. So he spins a wheel that picks how he's gonna sort it. So whether it's by like rating, like price, etc., discount, name, and then he spins another wheel that picks a number 1 to 100, and then he scrolls that many times, either
Ah.
up or down, and then he just picks that random game and plays it. And there are so many more simulator games than you thought. This guy was playing like it was like, I don't even know what it's called, but it was like a phone salesman simulator, and he just ran a store where you sell cell phones.
That sounds like fun.
Or there was one that seemed like really really sick, but it was like kind of buggy and had bad ratings, and there's like a million of them, so I can't even find. I don't even know if this is the one, but it was like you ran sort of. It was supposed to be like a hotel simulator, but it was more like you owned a bunch of villas, and you gotta like go around and you like restock the fridges and like clean it and stuff. And
I didn't know. So Dave the Diver is a very popular game. Do you know anything about Dave the Diver?
I do because Umer is a really big fan.
Yes, I know. I thought this game was all about just dive, like a Subnautica but 2D.
That's
I
what I
don't know.
thought
You run a
too.
sushi shop.
Yeah, I was so
The
confused
sushi
because I had
shop sold it to me, and I want it's now on
because
my wish list.
I had him explain the game to me, and I understood it again as like sort of you just dive around and do stuff, and then he's like, yeah, then you gotta like get the fish for your shop. I was like, what? There's
But
also
like some games, I know I'm really slow with it, but like I want to play Dave the Diver on stream. I kind of want to play Supermarket Simulator on stream. I kind of want to get back into Stardew. I kind of need to finish. I want to play Echoes of the Palmgrave. And recently, I've been trying to fight Melania.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I got it down. I think yesterday, like another hour, I could have killed her. But I had to go to work. And like I enjoy, like, okay, that's one thing that like annoys me, is that people think I'm like frustrated, and I'm like, no, I am enjoying this. I'm not annoyed. I'm having fun just fighting. Like I don't know why.
I think it's because most people get frustrated at that, so they're almost like projecting onto you.
I don't get frustrated. It's like people are getting frustrated on my behalf.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
I keep dying, and I'm like, no, I'm enjoying this. I kind of like dying, because if I finish this, I won't be like, I don't find satisfaction by killing the bosses. I've beaten the game, and the only boss that has actually been like, oh my god, I killed it, thank god, I'm so happy, is the last one, because I was gonna stream until I couldn't, because I was going on a break. But yeah, no, I think I'm getting it down. I think I'm learning it. It's just I know that people are doing it for the funny. I know people are doing it to piss me off, but like it gives me a headache, and my head is just like, you're still here?
Oh.
I thought you beat her. You're still here?
The most extreme version of that was when you were building Lego. I never realized Lego could be so toxic.
Yeah, I was building Lego, and I was just taking my time relaxing, because I find Lego isn't a relaxing task. And then was it Natalie?
Natalie was, so other people were saying it, but Natalie made you end stream.
Yeah. I think I ended stream, had a breakdown, and then went on a walk, and I think I got followed by a car.
Cute. It was Natalie.
But it's always Natalie.
I'm saying in the car.
Oh.
Natalie was following you in her car.
I see.
But yeah, people would be like, you're still building this part?
Oh yeah, I want to do Lego streams, but like I'm gonna do that as a sub goal, because people keep asking me to do Lego streams, and I'm like, one sub. But you know, I just like, I get it. I am still doing it. If I wasn't still doing it, you wouldn't see me doing it then.
Yeah.
Wow. Who would have thought? Anyways, I got cut off your convo.
What was my convo?
I don't know what your convo was, but I cut you off.
I don't know, but I don't know if you want to talk about this episode or next episode, but you said you wanted.
Is it a topic?
You said you wanted to talk about how I'm watching Glee.
Okay, we'll end it off with the Glee talk.
Okay.
Let me introduce the viewer. Hi, viewer. Hello. You doing well today? I hope so. Jonathan is friends with someone named Natalie.
Love her to death.
I am friends with someone named Natalie. I introduced Natalie to John.
You really didn't say that you love her as well as like a friend.
She has a husband and a girlfriend.
But it's like as a friend, you know.
You are married. When Natalie says love you, I say love you back to her. Okay.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay. I don't have to publicly say it. She knows deep down. But so I would like to say that I was the bridge between John and Natalie, because if it wasn't for me, they wouldn't know each other. Am I wrong?
I think much like most...
If you didn't know me, you wouldn't know anybody that I know. That's just how logically it works.
I would say that much like most soulmates, we would have found each other probably.
But I was there, so...
Okay, I'll give you the credit that you're so desperately clinging for.
Thank you.
Yes,
thank you.
You're the reason that I'm friends with Natalie.
When they were first starting to be friends, I was in the scenario of hanging out with both of them.
We used to play Fortnite together.
And then I took 1 week off. And I come back, and everything is ruined. Everything has changed. Because now John has Taylor Swift as his #1 listened artist.
And at the time, both of us kind of hated the idea of Valorant, and I had started playing Valorant.
And you started playing Valorant. And it's happened again. I haven't been able to game because I've been doing an internship and I come home and I'm tired. But this time I took a nap on the bus, which is a dangerous thing to do because I've been taking naps on trains, but I can't take the train anymore because it's too expensive. So I'm taking the bus, but there's a lot of weird people on the bus. Actually, I haven't entered one weird person on the bus, but I've heard stories about the bus because the bus I heard on the news the other day ran into a wall. And also my bus has also sped a lot. It has gone through many red lights and likes to honk its horn. And I think today he like slammed his brakes. But I was sleeping today, so I have a lot of energy today. So you're welcome, viewers, listener. Anywho, I haven't played in a week.
You haven't played with me in longer than a week.
Yeah, because you were at a baseball game. It's not my fault. On my holiday,
I was at a baseball game one day. One
and I had a holiday that day. You should have looked at the Canadian holiday schedule. But I come back. I haven't come back actually because I won't be coming back because John has started watching Glee.
Yeah. So I just think Natalie is one of my favorite people to watch shows and movies with. I don't know. I think Natalie's just a really funny person. And then also, she has such an interesting selection of and like catalog of movies and shows that she enjoys. Because so far, off the top of my head that I can think of, she has shown me Midsummer, which psychologically broke me.
I haven't watched that yet. I think it's coming back to theaters. Should I watch it in theaters?
It already came back to theaters in IMAX, and then they're coming back. It's coming back in theaters again in IMAX with a longer director's cut. And
should I go watch it in theaters?
You can do that if you want, but also Natalie hopes that it comes to digital, and then she wants to rewatch it with me. So you can also join the rewatch. But she showed me that. She showed me Hereditary, which is also an A24 horror film that psychologically changed me. She has shown me. Then it goes to a coin flip because she's shown me.
I just want to give a little bit of perspective. I showed John High School Musical.
True, I did love High School Musical, especially the musical series.
I just wanted to just give like.
Psychological change. Yeah, you showed me High School Musical. Then she. Okay, this is gonna sound like she's just only showing me horror stuff. She introduced me to The Haunting of Hill House and Bly Manor on Netflix.
That is good, though.
Which are two really, really good shows. This is where the coin flip begins. Because those are two phenomenal shows, right? Mm-hmm. And now if your friend shows you really good shows, you're gonna trust the process.
I showed Jill the summer I turned pretty.
You've shown me my which I don't like to say it, but one of my favorite movies. But I stand on business. One of my favorite movies, which is To All the Boys I Loved Before.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Live, Laugh, Love, really cheesy, cringy.
Exactly.
Oh, no, you didn't like The Kissing Booth.
The Kissing Booth is objectively fucking horrible.
I'm writing it down. We're doing a rankings of really bad movies.
Oh, I'm so down. If we make like a tier list, I'll watch the ones that I haven't seen. I'm down. Anyways, so that kind of, I feel like watching that movie almost introduced me to the fact that I like cheesy, shitty. Not that it's not shitty. That movie is phenomenal and it's great and it's perfect. But watching The Kissing Booth, because I did kind of like the kid. Like obviously it sucked, but it was like fun to watch, right? And that introduced me to the fact that I like watching bad things sometimes because it's fun. So that combined with me trusting my friend Natalie to show me some of the greatest shows and movies, and keep in mind the movies that I've shown her: The Dark Knight, one of the greatest movies of all time; The Dark Knight Rises, the sequel, also one of the greatest movies of all time. For some reason I can't remember anything else that I've shown Natalie, but those are two really solid ones. So then she showed me Legacies, which if you don't know what that is, I wouldn't blame you because most people don't. You've probably heard of Vampire Diaries because that was a really popular show. This show is a spin-off of a spin-off of Vampire Diaries. So I'm on layer 3 here without having seen Vampire Diaries or the spin-off of Vampire Diaries.
Wait, you watched Twilight, haven't you?
I haven't. I really want to.
Bro, if we had Patreon and we could because you can upload it, and we we watch our reactions of Twilight.
That'd be fire.
What? Yeah, let's see. I'll write it down.
Possibly in the future, right? That as an idea. Anyways, so she introduced me to Legacies, which is a spinoff of an already kind of cheesy series, and it was made by the CW, which, if you don't know, the CW, they're not
amazing network.
Yeah, great track record of shows that all suck ass. I believe Riverdale was a CW show.
Yes, it is. It is.
Probably one of the more popular ones. So yeah.
The Flash?
And yeah, The Flash is one of the better. It's still bad, but it's one of the better examples.
One thing that is really common with CW shows is they love a musical episode too.
Yeah. But CW episodes feel like they start off kind of strong. Maybe not like the greatest show you've ever seen, but they start off as decent shows. And
Supernatural, Arrow,
and then it's almost
Supergirl.
It's almost
the 100 is the CW.
It's almost like they didn't realize that people would watch the show.
Wait,
what?
John, Jane the Virgin is CW.
Okay, Jane the Virgin is a phenomenal, greatest show of all time.
Exactly. Shout out Angel's brother.
Facts. Anyways. But Jane the Virgin ended when it should have, right? And I feel like that's the problem with CW shows is sometimes they should end and they don't, and they just keep going, and they don't have ideas to keep going, but they still do. And that's what happened with Legacies, and it's really bad, but that opened up a wormhole, a can of worms, if you will, of me really enjoying really bad shows because they're just fun. They're just really fun to watch, and especially when you're watching them with a friend.
I believe I showed you an episode of Riverdale.
You showed me the Heathers episode of Riverdale, actually,
because I love Heathers the musical.
We have together watched Heathers the movie,
the musical that was
on
the
Off-Broadway,
edit.
And then the Slime edit.
When it's a musical, and it's not like an official recording, they're called slime edits. So if you ever want to see a musical from someone's phone, you search up
not
Hamilton slime edit.
Not the guy who makes the podcast with Ludwig.
Not the yard slime.
So yeah, we watched the movie, the musical, and the Riverdale episode.
It was the trilogy, but I want to pitch again Riverdale to you one more time. Now, there's basically, there's this character named Cheryl. She has a twin brother. No, she has her brother older, or twin brother. But then she had a brother in the room, and the brother comes back as a doll, and she talks to the doll. But then later on the season, her brother is real and not the doll, and then she becomes Wanda, and that's my pitch. That's the character arc.
Sorry, I just got a really nice text from someone that I haven't talked to in a while. Yeah, they just text me, miss you, checking in, hoping all is well. That's nice. Talk to them later.
That's so nice.
Anyways. Yeah, I feel like I would watch Riverdale again, but again, it would have to be
watching Riverdale on the page.
Yeah, it would have to be with someone, either with you or with Natalie, because or Noah as well. He introduced me to Teen Wolf. I just like watching shows and movies with friends, and also watching Glee with Natalie. Glee is actually one of the funniest shows of all time. The writers are just always on one. You can never predict what the fuck is gonna. Spoiler warning for season 1 of Glee. Okay, so far, and this is just one character arc, okay? The teacher of Glee, Mr. Schuster, has been trying to have a baby with his wife for an extremely long time, okay? And it's not working, right? But then his wife says she's pregnant, right? Because she has signs of pregnancy. So she says she's pregnant. Great. He's going to be a father. And he plans on leaving the school and leaving Glee Club and stuff like that because he just needs to make more money for this kid and for his family. But he ends up staying, right? So he's super excited to be a father. However, she's not actually pregnant. She just wanted to be pregnant so bad that I guess she mentally had a false pregnancy where her body gave her signs of pregnancy, but she wasn't actually pregnant. But instead of telling him that, she then began faking that she was pregnant and started wearing fake baby bumps and stuff like that. and bossing him around like she's pregnant, despite the fact that she's not going to have a baby. But then you're like, what is she going to do? She's not going to have a baby. Well, fast forward into the school.
Does she adopt a baby?
There's a high schooler named Finn who's the quarterback on the football team. Now, Finn gets introduced to us because he ends up having to join the Glee Club after Mr. Schuster goes into the student locker room while he's naked and showering and plants drugs on him because he was singing in the shower and it sounded good, and he needed more kids to be in the Glee Club so that he could compete because they needed 12 people. And he thought, if I get the quarterback, then I can get even more people because then Glee Club will be cool, right? So now he is in the Glee Club, and with him comes his girlfriend, Quinn, who naturally is the head cheerleader, okay? Now, Quinn ends up being pregnant, okay? Now it's like, oh my gosh. But Quinn is the head of the celibacy club at the school, and her and Finn have never had sexual intercourse, but she gaslights Finn into saying that one time they were in the hot tub and they kissed, and he cummed, and it swam through the hot tub and got her pregnant, right? But really what happened...
This is season 1?
This is season 1, and I'm not even done with season 1, and this is one storyline that's going on alongside many. So, but what really happened is she cheated on him with his best friend, and that's who the real father is. Now, one day... Quinn is sitting there and she's like, oh my God, my life is fucking over, right? And Mr. Schuster had come home and been like, yo, she's pregnant, right? Like crazy, just talking to his wife about crazy stuff going on at school. Quinn is like, yeah, my life is over. Finn's pretty much like, yeah, my life is over. I'm gonna be a deadbeat. I'm a fucking father. And she's like, I'm a daughter. I'm a daughter? I'm a mom while being in high school. Like, I'm done for, right? She gets in her car. Mr. Schuster's wife has broken into Quinn's car and is sitting in there and then gives her prenatal vitamins and says, have you been taking these? Take these, otherwise your baby will end up ugly. And the plan is that Quinn is going to have the kid and give the kid to Mr. Schuster's wife without Mr. Schuster knowing. And she will fake having given birth to this kid and raise them so that Quinn and Finn can go on and carry on with their lives, and then she can have a kid. And then, fast forward, Quinn decides that she actually wants to keep the kid, right? And that she just didn't want to raise it with Finn. She wants to raise it with the guy who's actually the father. So she decides to trial him to see if he would be good with kids. And so they babysat some kids together, right? And he ended up playing guitar and she was singing. And then for the first time, they like went to sleep early and like they took a bath and stuff, whatever, blah, blah, blah. They're such a great, like easily, they're such a great like parenting couple. Oh my God, right? Turns out that guy was actually sexting another girl on the cheerleading team while he went, like, the drama's insane, while they were babysitting. Oh my God. Then Mr. Schuster finds out through, because he's trying to go to sectionals, right, which is like what they're competing in. He's trying to figure out which tie to wear and like all this, and he's looking at the clothes and he goes and he finds one of the pregnancy mom things. And then genuinely, and I'm not even joking, one of the greatest TV scenes of acting of all time happens where like him and his wife, like he's just furious and like coming to terms and figuring out in his head like she's faking the pregnancy and also like kind of in denial but not. And then she finally gets exposed that yeah, she was faking the pregnancy the entire time, but then she says she was faking the pregnancy because she felt like he was slipping away. And then she said,
John, what did you get the show to 10?
The show so far is genuinely like a 9.8 out of 10. This is one of the best shows I've ever watched. The comedy in it is fucking hilarious. The writers are insane. The drama is, and you know me, I love drama that I'm not involved in and can't affect me. I eat that shit up, bro. And then also on top of that, it's got sprinkles of musicals, which I love musicals. I love High School Musical. I love High School Musical, the musical, the series. I love Teen Beach Movie. I went and I saw Beetlejuice, the musical, live on Broadway. I like Hamilton. I love musicals, right? And it's musical because then they get to sing and stuff. And then watching it with Natalie, who
has watched it many times.
Is herself very funny, and then has also seen it like 4 times. Like, just listening, like, me making predictions or breaking down what's going on in the show, and then her just laughing and being like,
happening.
yeah, exactly, and her laughing and just being like, right, yep, and then like something completely different happens.
Something with someone, and like you know what happens.
Yeah. So and then some of the things like she's forgotten or like doesn't realize, which is fun. And then also a thing that I like about watching shows and movies with people, which I got when I was watching Lord of the Rings with Noah, is
I'm not on the 3rd episode yet. Don't spoil.
Yeah, this isn't a spoiler. Just people who like know a bunch of lore and like information around like the filming and stuff like that happen. Like she explained one of the characters from Glee. One of the characters from Glee is like, she always wants to be the best and like wants to solo and stuff, and she's very like wants the best out of herself and thinks she's great and like all that whatever, right? But also she's like a nerd loser, so she's not just some cocky whatever. But apparently the actress was kind of like the character, because when she went for her rehearsal to be in Glee the show, she got into a car crash on the way there and still showed up, had a concussion, and had like glass shards in her, and showed up and like performed. And that's just like, so that's just the character in real life.
You go, Glenn.
So getting information like that is just fun. Anyways, go watch Glee. It's one of the greatest shows of all time. There's 7 seasons, and I'm not even done with season 1.
Phineas shows up.
And that's one storyline. It's crazy.
To end off the podcast, here's the lyrics, John. Hold.
Walk on Delilah, no, I'm late cause there's bad traffic. I just showed my dog a Grammy, said he knows a man that slapped it, I'm so cheesed.
When Drake hits the I'm so cheesed.
Mademoiselle nights are geeked, I'm bent low key.
You know what's crazy? Thank you guys for listening to the podcast.
What's crazy?
Appreciate like
we'll pause it and then
everyone just keeps posting that clip, but there's like a whole song, like there's a guy who made the song. There's like a whole version of the song on SoundCloud.
I can listen to it on SoundCloud.
Yeah, it's on SoundCloud. Anyways, thank you guys.
Here, wait.
Thank you guys so much for listening to the podcast. We appreciate it. We actually had a lot to talk about this episode. And I'm pretty proud of it.
Yeah,
and our energy was up.
Sorry.
Yeah, we'll be back next week, and it'll actually be the last episode with the two of us.
You took too long.
We hate each other, so next week is the last episode with both of us as the host.
John's gonna die to a self-sucking situation. If you don't listen to Fear and or the Yard, it's like, what?
Which like they probably don't, and then it's also like they say it after the fact, where it's like, damn, he died of that, and like the cause of death came out. You're saying that, which means that I have told you about my plan to self-suck, and you know I will die.
Just to clarify,
that is not. That's
recently Ludwig was away in the yard, and they all said that he died to a self-sucking situation.
And on Fear
this week, Will Neff was away from the yard, and he also died to a self-suck.
That's just what they say. It's not like real.
Safe, guys.
Yeah,
don't self-suck.
Yep. And that's what we'll end on. Don't self-suck, guys. Goodbye.